Throughout this year, American officials have been communicating to their Chinese counterparts that the United States is committed to upholding its alliance commitments to the Philippines. The message serves as a warning against Chinese attempts to obstruct access to Second Thomas Shoal in the South China Sea, where the Sierra Madre outpost is located. Philippine President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. has warned that any harm to a Filipino citizen could be seen as an act of war, potentially invoking the Mutual Defense Treaty with the United States. Despite this rhetoric, Beijing continues to try to prevent the resupply of the Sierra Madre. A recent collision between a Chinese Coast Guard vessel and a Philippine resupply boat resulted in injuries to a Filipino sailor. The risk of a deadly incident remains high, potentially leading to conflict between American and Chinese forces. To navigate this situation, Washington must be clear in its goals of upholding alliance commitments, avoiding conflict with China, and preventing Chinese occupation of Second Thomas Shoal. It is crucial for Washington to carefully consider policy decisions to prevent crisis escalation. The issue at Second Thomas Shoal is a strategic challenge that requires diplomatic solutions, not military actions. The conflicting interests of the United States, China, and the Philippines make it necessary for Washington to walk a fine line. Washington must assert its support for the Philippines without escalating tensions with China. The situation at Second Thomas Shoal is a delicate balance that requires careful diplomacy to prevent conflict. Washington should engage in diplomatic efforts with Beijing to maintain the status quo at Second Thomas Shoal and urge Beijing to reciprocate. By enlisting support from other concerned countries and encouraging negotiations among South China Sea claimants, Washington can help manage tensions in the region. It is important for Washington to resist pressure for military confrontation and instead focus on diplomatic solutions to prevent conflict. In conclusion, Washington must pursue a middle path between aggression and acquiescence to prevent conflict in the South China Sea. By maintaining a strong military presence, engaging in diplomatic efforts, and supporting allies in the region, the United States can help manage tensions and prevent escalation. Conflict is not inevitable, and careful diplomacy is key to resolving the situation at Second Thomas Shoal.